Pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turfway Park. Our Wednesday, February 25th program will get underway in about 28 minutes at 5:55. 10 races to beat a fast. And we have a couple of carryovers. Super high five carryover in the nightcap better than $17,000. And in the fifth race, our 20-cent single six, and that carryover is in excess of $73,000. Quite a jockeys race here at Turfway Park. Final 5 weeks. Luan Machado, Walter Rodriguez, and Fernando de la Cruz all battling for this top jockey. Edgar Morales right now in the fourth spot. Fernando de la Cruz having a tremendous season. He's right in the mix for the top jockey. 5 more weeks of action for the 26th season. Let's open up our programs. Here are tonight's changes. Nothing to report in the first couple of races. Races 1 and 2 are both clear of change. Race 1 will start the early pick 5. And there they go. Classic Claire and Echo Road and Midnight Mary are quickly into stride. Spot away on top of the action. Miss Peabody forwardly positioned from the rail. Paid Ruler races outside of Ocean's windows. And towards the tail of the field is 457. Midnight Mary on the lead. Midnight Mary a length to Miss Peabody. Spot away from the far outside covering Classic Claire. Echo Road has the 5th position, flanked by Paid Rula. 5 to 5 heading into the third. It's about 7 lengths to Ocean Windows, more than 2.5 to 457. Midnight Mary confronted by Miss Peabody up the inside. Spotaway is third. Echo Road tries to advance up the rail, getting within 3.5 midway through the third. Payrule is under a strong drive. Classic Claire gives way. Ocean Windows not really responding. 457 at the tail. Miss Peabody has put away Midnight Mary. At least it looks that way. Midnight Mary wandered a little bit off the turn. Miss Peabody the leader. Midnight Mary fights for second with Echo Road. Up the inside is 457. She was last early. She has a shot for second. Miss Peabody has a big lead. 457's closing, but running out of time. Miss Peabody from 457. The Midnight Mary and Ocean Windows. Miss Peabody in the opener, 113 and 29 100ths. She made her move after Midnight Mary heading into the turn. She put that rival away and she gets to the wire in time. 457 was last early. She made up a lot of ground with a strong rail charge, but time just ran out. Number 1, Miss Peabody, the unofficial winner. 113 and 29 100ths from the Wednesday night opener. 1 Miss Peabody first, second place 8 457, third place 3 Midnight Mary, fourth place 2 Ocean Windows. Miss Peabody is in the winner's circle. Miss Peabody is a 6-year-old bay mare by Anchor Down out of the Uncle Mo mare. Rocket Girl, owned by Barrett Partners. Troy Newton, the winning trader, winning jockey Fernando de la Cruz. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Barrett Partners LLC. Exacta $64.18, trifecta $94.82, 10 cents, super $284.61. Second race is clear of change. It begins the early pick 4, post time in 24 minutes. And there they go. Jack's Promise hustled away from the top shelf. My Buddy Brooks and White Lilacs are showing good speed from the inside, and White Lilacs wants the lead. My Buddy Brooks wants to show plenty of pace, so too does Jack's Promise. Spoils of War is outside of Ask Amanda. Zig Zappa comes away running in the 6th position. Curls Night Out from her inside. Cleopatra's Nile from her outside. Then Lady Emily Catherine and Cha Cha Tap and Champagne on Ice is the early trailer. And they race to the backstretch, and White Lilacs has the lead from My Buddy Brooks, and from the outside, Jack's Promise. A good trip for Spoils of War. She's forwardly positioned, 3 lengths off the lead, and she's traveling well enough up the backstretch. Better than 2 lengths to Ask Amanda with Cleopatra's Nile. Lady Emily Catherine from the extreme outside, covering Zig Zappa. Curls Night Out, a little less than 7 or 8 off the lead, heading into the third. Cha Cha Tap is second last, and Champagne on Ice is the last of all. At the 3/8, White Lilac still with the lead from Jack's Promise. Spoils of War is there, and here's Cleopatra's Nile with a big rush up to the scene. Cleopatra's Nile and Spoils of War, 4 deep and 3 deep. and it's Cleopatra's Nile coming away with the lead. Spoils of War is second. Ask Amanda's launching a charge. Lady Emily Catherine's a little deep, and I'm going to Curls Night Out. That's Cleopatra's Nile, the leader in the lane, and she gets away from Spoils of War and Ask Amanda. Then I'm going to Lady Emily Catherine and Zig Zappa and Curls Night Out. But it's all about Cleopatra's Nile, who made that big blitz through the turn, and she has maintained this run all the way to the wire, and she's a good-looking winner. From Curls Night Out and Zig Zappa, Ask Amanda fourth. Cleopatra's Nile at 8-1. She is the unofficial winner, maintaining that strong move. Spoils of War was in a good spot heading into the turn. She was making her move, but as quickly as she did, Cleopatra's Nile made a move that was even better. She was able to sustain that run all the way to the wire. She's a good-looking winner from tonight's second race, 141 and 53 100ths to 7. Cleopatra's Nile at 8-1, springing the upset. Photo for the balance. Cleopatra's Nile is in the winner's circle, a 5-year-old chestnut mare by Mucho, a Macho Man, out of the Kitten's Joy mare. Kitten de Fast Lane by Robert O'Hara and Gwyneth Gower. Winning trainer is Matt Cordenbrock. Winning jockey Joe Ramos. Winner was bred in Kentucky by Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey. All right, race 2 is official, 7483. That exacted $298.74. Trifecta, $476.98. 7 early doubles, $62 and a penny, and the 10-cent super, $478.79. Third race, 1 and 7 are both scratched. Bellaria and Chicken Dewada, post time in about 23 minutes. And there they go. It's a pretty good start for all. Honey Red is towards the tail of the field as it's Grace Candy just a little quicker from her rivals. Grace Candy and Gatita Suave spare a dime now gunning for a piece of the lead. Eastern Star is fourth, trying to work away from the inside. Look at what's going on with Honey Red, and towards the tail is Frosted Eclair. Spare a dime at the 3/8 from Grace Candy, a tight length. Gatita Suave is third, and Eastern Star flanks her. And trying to quick it in comes Frosted Eclair with what's going on, and Honey Red is at that back marker. So Spare a Dime, the big long shot with the lead. Grace Candy's been applying plenty of pressure. Gatita Suave has the rail running, entering the lane. Honey Red is trying to quick it in. So too is what's going on. Grace Candy in a perfect position throughout, comes away with a narrow lead, but there are plenty of late threats, including along the rail, Honey Red, and trying to fight on is Spare a Dime. Grace Candy and Honey Red, Grace Candy and Honey Red, Grace Candy. Grace Candy hangs on from Honey Red, and they're going to Spare a Dime, and what's going on? Good finish in tonight's third race, the 8 Grace Candy, perfectly positioned throughout. Never looked easy, though, for her, that's for sure. Spare a Dime had plenty of fight. Honey Red with that strong rail charge. What's going on to the far outside? Grace Candy. Narrow winner from Honey Red. Then Spare a Dime, and what's going on? 101 and 45 100ths the final time. Grace Candy is in the winner's circle. 7-year-old Abbey mare by McLean's Music out of the Candy Ride mare. Lily's Candy, owned by Equinox Incorporated. Eduardo Caramori is the winning trader. The winning jockey is Jose Ramos Gutierrez. Grace Candy was bred in Kentucky by her owner. Trifecta, $132.56. The double, $7, $8, $59.09. 10-cent super, $286.06. And the early pick three, 178, $290.84. Fourth race is in 25 minutes at 7:25. 10 races, so the fourth offers us a mid-pick 4. Scratch both of the also eligibles, 13 and 14. 7 Magic Factor has an additional workout. Turfway Park, 20th of February, 3/8, 37 and 1/5 breezing. Fourth race, mid-pick 4, 25 minutes away. And there they go. American Wind and Benedoso are showing plenty of pace. On My Honor, a little awkwardly towards the tail of the field, and Magic Factor makes a rush up for the front. So it's Benedoso and Magic Factor with American Wind chasing them. And from the inside, their race is playing the angles with Governing Party. And farther out in the field, their race is Nico's Derby Run. Nico's Derby Run's about 4 lengths from the pace. 2.5 to Moonrise Drive, who races with Slink. They're going to fly in Ryan and connect the Brox. And the last 2 are Strike Price and On My Honor. So they race to the 3/8. And Benedoso still with the lead. American Wind is making his bid to the outside. And here comes Governing Party 3 deep. He's advancing with Playing the Angles. Magic Factor gives way. Slink is 6 lengths off the pace with Nico's Derby Run. It's another 2 to Fly in Ryan. As they race to the quarter pole, Benedoso still with the lead. American Wind is pursuing this leader, but Benedoso looks strong. Benedoso the leader off the turn. And chasing him is American Wind, but he's struggling a bit. I'm going to Nico's Derby Run, who's trying to quicken in. And here comes Nico's Derby Run trying to get Benedoso. Slink to the far outside. It's Benedoso. Nico's Derby Run bearing down at 18-1. Nico's Derby Run from Benedoso, then American Wind and Slink. 18-1 top pick for Caitlin Benson. How about Nico's Derby Run? Just bearing down on Benedoso, and he gets up when it matters the most. 120 and 26 100ths. Nico's Derby Run in the big upset. Tagging the 10 Benedoso. Photo for third and fourth. 120 and 26 100ths the final time. Nico's Derby Run. Caitlin Benson's top pick at 18-1. 4-year-old dark bear brown gelding by Outwork out of the discreet cat mare Sam Stone. Owned by Alvin Hasley III. Alvin is the winning trainer, and the winning jockey is John McKee. Nico's Derby Run was bred in Kentucky by Herb Woolsey along with Ralph Kinder. 786 pick 3, $942.42. 610 exact to $369.82. 610-11 trifecta, $858.17. 86 double. I think that was $148.47. And the 10-cent super should be all right. $813.19. On to the 5th race, starting tonight's 20-cent single 6. Jackpot, that carryover in excess of $73,000. 8 and 13 both scratched. Jittier Girl and Willowy. The 11 Sunny Bates has an additional workout at High Point, 20th of February, half-mile move, 50 seconds breezy. Post time is in 22 minutes of 7:55. And there they go. Princess Woji not that smoothly away. Fires out and Crystal Frost begin the best. Wing Queen is showing pace with Colleen Song. Sunny Bates, Once Upon a Time, and Smokin' Hot Blonde. Quite a mad scramble for this top spot. Cleopatra Celine in behind the leading group. After her is Princess Woji and One Happy Island. Now with the lead, Crystal Frost all to herself. From McLean's Lullaby. And Sunny Bates, Once Upon a Time with the Purple Silks from the far outside. Colleen Song is outside of Fires Out, 6 off the pace, joined by Wing Queen, who tries to advance up the inside. She will have to overcome a little bit of traffic. Maybe not. Looks like she's going to squeeze on through in a second. Here comes Wing Queen with a nice move after Crystal Frost. Cleopatra Celine's 9 lengths off the lead. One Happy Island's gearing up. She's in the 2 path and she's hitting her best stride. Colleen Song tries to quicken after her. In the meantime, Wing Queen has kept to the task and she's making her bid for the lead. Crystal Frost gives way grudgingly. Fires Out now tips into the scene. She's closing. How about One Happy Island still trying to make up significant ground to the outside, and Cleopatra Celine up the inside. Fires Out and Wing Queen. Fires Out has the lead. Fires Out's the heavy favorite, and she'll get it done. Good effort from Wing Queen at a big price. Then One Happy Island and Cleopatra Celine. Fires Out took all the late love all the way down to 3-2, 119 and 93 100ths. Very nice effort from Wing Queen. Annie Sheehy was not afraid to go up the inside heading into the turn, and she had a lot of momentum. Maintained her run, but just could not fend off the eventual post-time favorite, 4 Fires Out, who proved a little bit better this evening. 4 Fires Out is the unofficial winner. 3 Wing Queen second. And the one Happy Island checking in third. And fourth place to the 2, Cleopatra Salee. 119 and 93/100ths the final time. Fire's out. I think the fire was roaring this evening. A 4-year-old dark bear brown filly by Flame Away out of the Sky Mesa mare appreciating. Definitely appreciated that performance from Fire's Out. She's owned by Colts Neck Stables LLC. Her winning trainers Jorge Duarte Jr. and her winning jockeys Walter Rodriguez. Winner was bred in Kentucky by John C. Oxley. 10-cent super, $166.49. 864 pick 3, $253.63. Exacta, $119.62. Trifecta, $192.27. The 6-4 double, $79.77. Early pick 4, better than $3,800. The early pick 5, $17,113.48. 4 out of 5, $124.07. And the early pick 4, a nice payoff, $3,878.07. So very nice early pick 4, and even better early pick 5. Let's see what the late pick 5 has in store for us. Race 6, commencing the late pick 5. 22 minutes away at 8:25. 5, 6, 7, and 13 all scratch. Birdie Juice, Air Force Thunder, Eddie's Angel, very important scratch there with the 7-5 morning line favorite, and the 13 Dance on Air. So 5, 6, 7, and 13 out of tonight's 6. The 2 Footnote has an additional workout 19th of January. Thoroughbred Training Center, 3/8, 38 and 2/5 breezy. Race 6 in 22 minutes. And there they go. Lori Still Curlin broke alertly. Others are quicker. Centea, Footnote, and Handed Over. The 3 inside gals are the ones that are forwardly positioned into the first turn. Sweet Magnolia strides into that 4th spot, and from her outside, there is West Maple. Pittore Doro races with Lori Still Curlin. Acousticat is outside of Dreaming of Nana. Footnote has the lead as they enter the backstretch run. She works with a length plus advantage. West Maple all the way into second from Centea. Handed Over is in that 4th position with Sweet Magnolia right to her outside. They're both a little more than 3 lengths off the pace. Better than 3, back to Lori Still Curlin with Pittore Doro. Acousticat is second last, and Dreaming of Nana remains the last of 9 as they race up the Turfway Park backstretch. Footnote with the lead from West Maple and Centea. Handed Over is ready to join them up the inside. Here comes Handed Over, trying to make a bid into second. 2.5 on Footnote. She needs to bridge the gap on Footnote as they race to the 3/8. Sweet Magnolia is under a drive, not responding. They're going to Pittore Doro. Acousticat, Lori Still Curlin looks like she's spent. And at the back is Dreaming of Nana. And Footnote has led the entire trip. She's the one to come and catch. Footnote has the lead. Handed Over's under a strong drive, trying to take over second from Centea. Then going to Pittore Doro and West Maple. Footnote's the one to beat in the lane. Footnote works with nearly 4 lengths at the 8th pole, and now she slaps 5 on the field. Pittore Doro's into second. Handed Over is now struggling a bit. She'll have to settle for third. Footnote's a powerful winner from Pittore Doro. Handed Over in West Maple. Number 2, Footnote all the way with the top spot throughout the running of tonight's 6th. 142 and 6/100ths. 5-1 in the upset. 4, Pittore Doro is up for second. 3rd place to the 1, Handed Over. 4th place, 10, West Maple. Stand by for all the numbers. In the winner's circle is the 2, Footnote. She is a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Carpe Diem out of the interactive mare Agent Provocateur. By Michael Meeks. Marcelino Torres, the winning trainer, winning jockey. Constantino Roman, winner was bred in Kentucky by her owner. All right, the 6th is official. 2-4, 110, the top 4 finisher. 642 pick 3, $211.22. 2-4 exact, $84.30. 2-4-1 trifecta, $60.77. 4-2 double, $14.75. 10-cent super, $63.68. Race 7 at the classic distance of 1.25 miles. A nice second allowance condition affair for fillies and mares. No changes post time in 24 minutes. And there they go. Befriended broke inward, and she made contact with the 5, Virgin Colada. Befriended's up to the front. From her outside stall, she will quickly cross over and establish the lead. So it is Befriended under Luan Machado establishing the pace. From peak popularity in Virgin Colada, Street Where You Live from the inside. Hidden Presence, the gray, and Sakura Blossom running with them 3 deep. So Befriended has the lead to herself. It's better than 3 lengths. Peak popularity is second. Street Where You Live from the inside. Virgin Colada gets the worst of it into the first turn. She's 4 deep. Sakura Blossom in just a little tight. Hidden Presence from between gals. So it is Befriended, and nobody is really challenging Befriended through the early stages. And Luan Machado says thank you very much. And they will try to establish a soft pace as Luan is really slowing it down aboard Befriended. It's better than 3 lengths to peak popularity in Virgin Colada. Hidden Presence from between runners. From her outside is Sakura Blossom, and from her inside is Street Where You Live. It's a little less than 6 lengths, covering the group of 6. Befriended with the lead, a length and a tail. Peak popularity second, and Virgin Colada's third. Then we're going to Sakura Blossom outside of Hidden Presence, 5 lengths from Befriended, and Street Where You Live a little less than 7 lengths off the lead. 3/4 and 1:15 and 4. It's a very favorable flow for Befriended, establishing the pace throughout. Here's Virgin Colada. She's going to take a run after this leader. Somebody needs to step up to her. Peak popularity's under a drive, and she's losing ground on the top 2. Street Where You Live's launching her charge from that back marker, but boy, she's at the mercy of this soft pace. Everything favors Befriended at the top of the lane. Befriended's the one to overhaul. In the second spot is Virgin Colada, but it's better than 2.5, and now it's better than 3, and Befriended is getting away. She went very slow early, and they're having trouble stepping up to her late. Befriended's going to go all the way under the X-Man, Luan Machado. Wire to wire, Befriended. Virgin Colada second, then peak popularity, Street Where You Live, Sakura Blossom, and Hidden Presence. This race was pretty much over as quickly as it started for the 7 Befriended. She broke very alertly, and the Axeman Luan Machado was able to really slow the flow down. It's just hard to bridge the gap on anybody traveling with those splits, and it is 7 Befriended. Pretty much comfortable winner throughout. 2:07 and 72/100ths the final running time. For Sakura Blossom was the 8-5 post-time favorite. So the substitutions will be working through the 4. Late scratch 6, Cozy Rags, the 4, Sakura Blossom, the 8-5 post-time favorite. Numbers have been posted 7-5-3-1 from the 7th. Coming up on television monitors will be a replay of the start, and here we go. 7 Befriended all the way to the outside, 5 Virgin Colada to her immediate inside. You're going to see it right here. Look at all this contact, fans. 7 Befriended broke inward. She raced inward a little bit shortly after the start, making significant contact with 5 Virgin Colada. Stewards felt this was enough to cost the 5 Virgin Colada a chance at a proper placing, thus resulting in the disqualification of 7 Befriended from first back to second. Here's all the contact. This is all the stewards needed to see. They felt the 5 Virgin Colada's chances were extremely compromised, a proper placing taken away from her as 7 Befriended came inward shortly after the start and made significant contact with 5 Virgin Colada, thus resulting in the disqualification. 7 Befriended disqualified from first back to second. 5-7-3-1. The top 5-7-3-1 at 10 cents. Superfecta $21.10. 425 pick 3 $42.89. 426 consolation pick 3 $8.08. 5-7 exacta $31.08. 5-7-3 trifecta $28.48. 2-5 double $23.24. 2-6 consolation double $5.85. And we'll have that mid pick 4 payoff for you here in just a little bit. Mid pick 4. Nice one, $1,500, $21.98. Virgin Colada, a 4-year-old Bay filly by More Than Ready out of the Carpe Diem mare. She's owned by Resolute Racing. Mike Maker, the winning trainer. Fernando de la Cruz with the riding double. Onto the 8th race, scratches 3 and 7. Miss Blanco about and around 3 and 7 out of the 8. The 13 draws in. 2 Fiamma, jockey change to Santiago Gonzalez. 8th race will begin our late pick 3, and post time is in 17 minutes. And there they go. Tislaw's Hall away a little slowly. Good start, Rhythm Lady. Fiamma hustled into the scene. Great Carrie Lee wants to be a pace presence from her inside post. My, Delilah outside of Screeched In and inside of Sudden Squall. Quality Views, the gray against the rail. Xena Cat joins her. They're both about 9 lengths off the lead. A length to Minstrelli, then Figurine, and Tislaw's Hall is at the back. Fiamma wants the lead, and she has the lead. She's a little erratic, but she's on the front. To her outside is Rhythm Lady and her Sudden Squall into a good stalking position in the clear. A length and a half off Fiamma. Great Carrie Lee is also forwardly positioned. She's 4th along the inside, 2.5 off the pace. More than a length and a half back to Screeched In, who's a good 4 or 5 off the lead. Break of 4 to Quality View. My, Delilah and Tislaw's Hall from the outside. Figurine, 3rd last. Xena Cat, 2nd last. Minstrelli is the last of the 11 3-year-old fillies as they race to the far turn. And Fiamma's backpedaling. So here's Rhythm Lady inheriting the lead. Almost a length from Sudden Squall. Great Carrie Lee's 4th, trying to make a bid into 3rd outside of Fiamma. And Quality View is traveling well enough. She's into the 5th position. She's in hand to the quarter pole, and she's picking off rivals one by one. And Figurine is gathering a lot of momentum. Rhythm Lady's the one to come and catch. She's built up a big lead. Quality View's taking over 2nd. She has Rhythm Lady in her sights, but boy, she's losing many lengths. Rhythm Lady with the lead, and it's a big margin. Quality View has solidified 2nd. Great Carrie Lee is 3rd, and Figurine has the 4th spot. Rhythm Lady, Walter Rodriguez, and Mike Maker. Quality View 2nd best, then Great Carrie Lee and Figurine. 141 and 51 100s. Rhythm Lady inheriting the lead from Fiamma, and she never looks back. 4-1, Rhythm Lady. Mike Maker. Walter Rodriguez with doubles. Good effort from 5, Quality View, solidifying 2nd. 3rd place, 1, Great Carrie Lee. And 4th place, 8, Figurine. Stand by for the numbers. Rhythm Lady is in the winner's circle. Her 2nd start is a winning start. A 3-year-old bay filly by War of Will out of the Kitten's Joy mare, Rhythm of Grace. Owned and bred in Kentucky by 3 Diamonds Farm. Mike Maker with back-to-back trading scores. Walter Rodriguez a riding double. $259 pick 3, $56.55. 269 pick 3, $15.96. 9.5 exacta, $88.94. 951 trifecta, $162.03. 5-9 Mike Maker double, $15.23. The 10-cent superfecta, 9518. I think it was $177 and some change. $177.86. 9th race will begin the late daily double. 3, 9, and 14 are all out. Circuit Breaker, Soko Kid, and Yes Chef. 13 Ogilvy will draw in off the also eligible list and pick up the services of Vincent Cheminade. The 9th race in 21 minutes at 10 o'clock. And there they go. Quick start, Fiery Cross. Dispersion quickly into stride. Here comes Muir Woods and Vino Sabito showing plenty of zip from the inside. Race for cover outside of Itchy and inside of Dispersion. Janie's Flyin's trying to make a rush into a midfield position. 5 lengths off the lead. Boris Badanov, Ogilvy from the far outside. After them, races Rippin, and the lone debuter, Wild Cotton's the last of 11. Muir Woods is the speed, and Fiery Cross is matching him. Vino Sabito is 3rd. Itchy has the 4th spot heading into the turn, and he's 3 lengths off the lead, and he's beginning to close in. Then we go to Janie's Flying, asked for some run, headed by Race for Cover. Dispersion and Rippin have 8 to make up on Muir Woods. After that is Boris Badanov with Wild Cotton. Ogilvy's at the back. Muir Woods a length at the quarter pole from Itchy, who gains some ground. And here comes Rippin with a wide charge. And Dispersion is also quickening in just inside of the outside runner, Rippin. Muir Woods still with the lead. Muir Woods, Itchy made a run. He's lost some lengths. Up the inside there is Vino Sabito. Muir Woods, Itchy's trying to come back. Muir Woods, Itchy, Vino Sabito, Muir Woods, Fernando de la Cruz with 3. Mike Maker with 3. Resolute Racing with 2. Muir Woods from Itchy. Then Vino Sabito after that. 4th and 5th involves Rippin and Dispersion. Mike Maker with a happy hour, huh? 3 in a row for Mr. Maker. Fernando de la Cruz continues his sensational 2026 here at Turfway Park. 3 apiece, de la Cruz and Maker. Resolute Racing with an owning double. Muir Woods hanging on. Itchy. Itchy ran good. He lost some lengths there, and then he re-rallies. He's second. Right there with them was Vino Sabito. 165, the top 3. 120 and 28/100ths, the final time. Muir Woods is in the winner's circle, a 3-year-old bay colt by Munnings out of the Lemon Drop Kid mare Show Me. Resolute Racing with a couple of victories this evening. A happy hour for Mike Maker, 3 in a row. 3 on the evening for Mr. Fernando de la Cruz. Muir Woods was bred in Kentucky by Charleston. That exacta $49.04. The trifecta $114.78. Mike Maker's double $16.16. 591 Maker pick 3 $29.08. 10-cent super $110.64. One more race to go on the Wednesday night card. In the nightcap, 6, 8, and 12 all scratched. Rich and Fate, Danny Earl, and Kyler. 6, 8, and 12. Out of the nightcap, the 4 Rachel's Kid, a jockey change to Oscar Villarreal. 7 Cuvée Creed, an additional workout, 12th of February at Skylight, a half-mile move, 50 and 1/5 precinct. The 9 Tara Lee's Charm also has an additional workout, 17th of February, right here at Turfway Park, 3/8, 39 and 2/5 precinct. We have a super high 5 carryover in the nightcap, $17,305.62, and the nightcap is in 21 minutes. And there they go in the Wednesday nightcap. Takdir is out for the lead. Cuvée Creed is showing good pace. And also there from the outside races Tara Lee's Charm. Click Here strides into the 4th spot. Monsoon Dancer has the 5th position with Queen Mercedes. After that, we have Rachel's Kid, who races with Barbie B. And Gimme the Beat, a late runner, is the last of all. Takdir inside of Cuvée Creed. They are side by side. They build up 3 lengths to Tara Lee's Charm. Click Here, 5 lengths off the pace from the outside to the rail, heading into the turn, making a bid for 3rd. 4 lengths back to Queen Mercedes, then Rachel's Kid. Gimme the Beats now trying to hit her best stride at the 3/8. Monsoon Dancer second last. Barbie B's at the back. Cuvée Creed and Takdir. Cuvée Creed is the leader. Click Here is under a vigorous drive from 3rd. And Queen Mercedes is taking over that position. And Gimme the Beat continues to close in from the far outside. She has momentum, but she's a long ways from Cuvée Creed. Cuvée Creed is the leader. Queen Mercedes is closing. How about Gimme the Beat? She continues to close to the far outside. She's 6 lengths off the lead. I think she's going to run out of ground, though. Here comes Queen Mercedes to tackle Cuvée Creed, and Queen Mercedes is up in time from Cuvée Creed. Gimme the Beat had a good stride, but she could only manage 3rd. Then we're going to talk there and Click Here. 120 and 5/100ths. I think we got a big bomb here, and Queen Mercedes getting up at 41-1, tagging the 7 Cuvée Creed. 10 Gimme the Beat was making up significant ground. She's up for 3rd. We're going to talk there and Click Here. All of those numbers will be posted in just a little bit. 41-1 in the nightcap here with Queen Mercedes. And here is Queen Mercedes. She wants her picture taken. Queen Mercedes in the winner's circle, the official upset winner of the nightcap. Queen of Mercedes, a 4-year-old chestnut filly by midshipman out of the Declaration of War mare Montreuil's War, owned by Martha Borchetta. George Bush, the winning trader, winning jockey Brooke Bay, the Bunger. Queen Mercedes was bred in Kentucky by Emily Gerlind, Fohan, and Benna Halaki. All right, let's get to these prices. This should be pretty interesting. Dollar Super High 5. It was hit $9,545.49. $9,500 plus for tonight's Super High 5 payoff. Exacta $484.66. Trifecta $719.32. The double, the late double, won $3, $200.90. Late pick four, $2,875.33. 10-cent super, $316.55. Late pick three, $782.53. Tonight's 20-cent single six is worth more than $28,000. I'll get to that payoff along with the carryover. All right, there's that late pick four, just a little shy of $3,000. Tonight's 20-cent single six, $28,061.33. The late pick five, $17,276.84. 4 out of 5, $58.24. And more than $79,000 for tomorrow night's 20-cent single six carryover. There's that nice super high payoff. Once again, better than $9,500. That's a wrap on the Wednesday card. Trifecta Thursdays tomorrow with dollar hot dogs and dollar draft beers and live music. Dollar hot dogs and dollar draft beers in the event center. You have to be part of our Fast Track Rewards Club to take advantage of those dollar dogs and dollar draft beers. 20-cent single six carryover, $79,397.16. That's it for Wednesday. Sure hope you had a great evening of racing. When leaving the track, please drive very carefully. This has been Racing from Turfway Park. Good night, everyone.
Times have changed, but some things remain timeless. Hard work, perseverance, unwavering dedication. From sun up to sundown, our passion fuels us to drive further and push harder. We do it for the horses, for our families, and for the sport we all love. For well over a century, we've committed to doing the usual, unusually well. Claiborne Farm, the tradition continues.